You'll see. Drive straight on that.
Well, what do you think of her?
What a beautiful ship.
She's one of a pair. The other one's homeward bound. I bought them from George Avery. He's gone over to steam.
When can we go aboard?
Well, as soon as Baines gets to open, then we'll all sail home together. In style.
It's a beautiful ship. Beautiful.
We arrived?
We have indeed.
Who lives here?
We do.
We do?
Settled the details this morning. It's ours.
The Mersey Docks and Harbour Board wish to extend their dock system.
In other words, the Fraser Yard is standing on land they want.
Yes.
Well, let them build their docks elsewhere. Why should we be forced out of
Well,
business?
they're making a fair offer.
Well, the answer is still no.
As William has made it clear that when he inherits Fraser's, we shall have no part of it, don't you think he should be consulted?
Naturally, I think we should discuss it with him first.
Good. I thought that's how you'd feel, so I telegraphed him. He'll be here as soon as possible.
Daniel, when will you stop making decisions for me?
I was merely reading your thoughts, as I hope I've done about another matter.
Oh?
Have you given any more thought to my idea that we go into partnership together?
Yes.
Good. I was across the river yesterday. The Laird Yard is flourishing. Now, times are changing, Elizabeth.
Oh, Robert, what a surprise. You quite took my breath away.
Aye. I barely had time to get my own back yet.
It's going to take an awful lot of upkeep. Do you think we can afford it?
Well, I certainly hope so. The new store has got to make our fortune.
When can we move in?
Well, you saw the progress that the workmen had made. I should think, within a week.
Oh, good. I don't find it very comfortable living in James's house.
James, I look forward to seeing his face when I tell him about the new house. Mrs. Gibson.
You're back then?
Yes, and we could both do with a nice hot cup of tea.
Yes, sir. Did you like the house, Mrs. Onedin?
You knew about it.
Yes, well, I discussed it with Mrs. Gibson before. She used to work there years ago.
When there was gentry living there. Still, better you've got it than some.
First out, watch, Mr. Mate. All hands, tumble 'em out, look lively. Owners coming aboard. Come on, roast out the starboard watch. Come on, look lively. Come on, up it gets. Come on. Well, if it isn't little Billy Oakham. What are you doing here?
I reckon I must have fell in with bad company.
At your age? Billy, will you never learn? Now lay off to report to the sailmaker. Come on.
Oh, thank you, Captain Benson.
That's all right.
Thank you kindly.
Where am I?
You're aboard the Onedin ship Trident bound for Liverpool, out on deck.
I never signed for a sailor. I'm a travelling man, a barker, a slang cove. I worked the fairgrounds.
Well, you're a sailor now and you work the dead horse, I said out on deck.
No.
Don't you backtalk me.
You'd best do as he says, friend. Otherwise he'd beat you to a pulp.
Well, Captain Jack. That's all I need. A thief, a rum pot, and now a gallows bird all in the same watch. Now, keeping a weather eye on you, Jack.
Come along, friend. I'll show you the ropes. I was having a noggin with me mates.
You was crimped, and you're costing the company £2.10 a month. And my owner believes in value for money, so best foot forward. Come on. Come on, out you get. Come on.
And this is your cabin. Oh, and I'm on the starboard side. Baines is aft under the poop decker.
My word. I never realised a ship could be so luxurious. But a bit like the Charlotte Rhodes.
She's no cargo ship. This one's designed to carry both cargo and passengers.
Right, here we go.
Yeah, this way, Stuart.
Right, sir.
Put it on there.
There we are. Right. Will there be anything else you require, madam?
Well, I'd love a cup of tea.
Oh, I'll attend to it right away, madam.
What's your name?
Phelan, sir. Pat Phelan.
Well, now, you take care of this lady. See that she has everything she needs.
Oh, I'll do that, sir.
That'll be all.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very good, sir.
Phelan's a shade oily for my liking. I doubt he's ever been aboard a ship.
Oh, excuse me, madam.
Yes?
I forgot to ask. Do you like your tea weak or strong?
As it comes.
As it comes. Very good, madam.
Naturally, we wanted you to be the first to know.
I see.
Is that all you have to say?
Well, having stood between Charlotte and me, you expect me to congratulate you, I suppose.
It is customary. It is also good manners.
Well, you can hardly object to your mother and father marrying, albeit a little late. But you intend running things your way?
I do.
Well, in the meantime, we feel you should be given the chance to gain some experience. Take over the running of the business here and now.
What?
For a month's trial period.
After that, if you haven't made too many mistakes, more and more of the business will be handed over to you.
Well, naturally, until you come of age, we'll have to sign legal documents and contracts. But you'll have the chance to put some of your ideas into practice.
Of course, you don't have to accept if you don't want to.
Oh, but I do.
Then here's to the future.
Well?
Well, what, sir?
You know full well what I mean. The ship. We've been at sea 8 hours, and so far you've said out.
Well, I was just getting the feel of it.
Oh, come on, then, spit it out.
Well, it's my considered opinion
Yes.
that the Trident is the finest ship I've ever commanded. Thank you, sir.
Well, she's certainly the most luxurious ship I've ever seen.
All right, you can do that later.
Oh, certainly, sir. Anything you say, sir.
What is he? Irish tinker?
Well, he says he's a sideshow barker and a fairground, but he's a sly one, and that's for certain.
He seems most anxious to please.
Well, no crimp man should ever want to please anyone, Miss Gaunt. So you watch him.
This meat's rotten. Gamey, that's all. I like me meat gamey.
They look like fighting cocks up top. But what the eye don't see, the hearts don't grieve over.
What is it?
A drop of this and a drop of that. They're very generous with their leavings.
It's not bad, that. Not bad at all.
That woman passenger, she has a case full of jewellery.
You keep your thieving hands off it. It's going a begging. Captain Jack's right. Pickings is one thing, thieving's another. We don't always like fingers on ships.
Besides, 5 minutes after a piece was missing, you'd find yourself in irons.
Take my advice, forget about it. I don't always deal in.
Not unless it really pays.
Not ever.
All hands on deck!
Oh, God, here we go again.
Hands to braces!
Well, I suppose I'd better put them back.
Good night, Letty.
Yes.
Returned to Daniel at last. Oh. But what about the preparations? Oh, Elizabeth, that's typical of you. No consideration for others.
What others?
Well, somebody's got to see to the details.
Really, Sarah, I wouldn't dream of imposing.
Oh, it's not an imposition. I consider it my duty. After all, we're your family.
Well, you're too kind, Sarah, but really I only called to impart the news and to ask if we could prevail upon Robert to officiate as Daniel's best man.
I'm sure that Robert would be deeply offended if you asked anyone else.
Well, we couldn't think of anybody else, and I wondered if we could persuade James to give us away. And I would love Charlotte as my bridesmaid.
But Charlotte's in London with her Aunt Mary.
Yes, I know, with William.
Never mind. I'll telegraph for her to return immediately.
Well, is that really necessary?
Well, of course it is.
Heave around there, lucky lads. There's booze and duties aplenty waiting ashore. Come on, my lads, put your backs into it. Strike up, gentlemen.
Sing, he says, sing. And then backhands me across the mouth just because I told him I didn't sign for no canary.
If a ship's captain tells you to jump over the side, you jump. You don't talk back.
When that bosun backhanded me, I damn nearly stuck a knife in his ribs.
You?
Aye, me.
That's no working knife.
No, it's a killing knife for close work. But this one is for long range.
I'd never have thought you could handle a ship like that.
And there's many others who made the same mistake. In a fairground, You learn to look after yourself.
Taken a life, have you?
Aye?
More than one?
What's it to you?
Could be you're the sort of man I'm looking for.
Go on.
How much do you think this ship's worth?
The ship?
Aye.
I don't know.
I do. 10 to 15,000 pounds, at least.
Well, go on.
Don't you see?
No. I mean, you can't just sell a ship.
You can if it's yours, if you control it.
But there'll be papers, documents.
Ships are changing hands all the time. This one's got new owners, and I doubt if she's re-registered yet. Ideal for the purpose.
Damn me, but you're serious.
Of course I am. Deadly serious.
Look, there's only the two of us.
And it only takes one who can navigate. Me. It's the chance of a lifetime. Are you game?
Supposing we did take the ship, where the hell would you sail it?
France. Nearest port, so long as it's foreign. Sell it quick. 5,000 pounds apiece. You'd never have to work again.
And what about the rest of the crew?
Once the ship's ours for 100 or so, they'll follow. And them as doesn't will feed the fishes.
5,000 pounds. Ah, that's a powerful lot of money. Just how would we go about it?
Night time. The mate's asleep. The captain Baines is on deck. First, we take care of Onedin and that woman. Then the mate, then Baines. By tomorrow night, we'll have the Isle of Man on our beam, and that'll be our last chance.
He was listening.
No!
You heard every word.
No! I swear!
Don't!
I just woke up!
Don't you lie to me, Billy boy, or I'll slit your throat. You heard, didn't you?
I heard a bit, that's all.
Going to blab, are you?
Me? No!
Good. That means you're with us, then.
Yes!
What about you?
I'd sleep on it.
You'd best stay on my side, friend.
I said I'd sleep on
You see? Navigation's quite simple.
But you know, James, I really think I could take to life aboard ship.
No reason why you shouldn't.
There is one reason.
Letty. Oh, down.
Miss Gaunt, would you care to come on deck? There's a school of porpoises keeping station with us.
In a moment, Baines, in a moment, huh?
Very good, sir.
Where was I?
About to propose, I think.
You as much as go near Baines or Onedin and you're a dead man.
I've told you I'm with you.
I don't like being crossed.
Wake up, lads. I brought you some breakfast. I woke up cold and thirsty. Then I remembered this bottle in the captain's cabin. Real French brandy. So I said to myself, if he wants the best out of us, then we deserve the best to warm our bellies.
Like hell you do! You keep your thieving hands to yourself. The next man I catch stealing, I pound to a pulp personally. That goes for the lot of you.
Peter. Now are you with me?
I am.
Here's another thing, Dunwoody. There's an entry here for the expenditure of £38, 4 shillings and sixpence, but no corresponding entry for its disposal.
But it's dunnage packing at the end of the voyage. It's simply discarded as so much waste.
£38, 4 shillings and sixpence discarded. No, not good enough, Dunwoody, not good enough.
Oh, but sir,
in future,
that-
I shall require an accounting for every penny.
Good afternoon, William.
That will do, Dunwoody.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dunwoody. You're settling in, I see. Poor Mr. Dunwoody, I should think he's wishing you'd stayed in London. Don't be too harsh with him, William.
I don't like to see waste, not when it can be avoided.
Well, sometimes it costs tuppence to save a penny.
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt. You said that you asked to see the yard manager.
Yes.
He's outside now.
I won't keep you long, Father.
I understand that congratulations are in order for you and Mrs. Fraser. Mrs. Fraser and yourself. I'd find it hard to change the habits of a lifetime.
I see. And rest assured that neither Mrs. Fraser nor myself would wish you to change your habits.
Thank you, sir.
Dunwoody, I thought I asked you to get out the wages bill.
Coming, sir.
Right. Now's the time. But you check on Baines. Baines and Onedin. Right. Billy, you see if the woman's asleep. And I want you both back here in 5 minutes.
Right. Billy.
It's gone to bed then.
Aye.
Pity. I wanted to show her the Isle of Man. The lights ashore are twinkling like stars. She'd have found out a picture. Come.
Oh, excuse me, sir. Is there anything else before I goes to bed?
No, off with you then.
Ah, thank you kindly, sir.
What? Fancy a nightcap, Baines?
Well, I wouldn't refuse one, sir.
Who's that?
Is she asleep?
Aye.
Good. Baines and Onedin are in their saloon. We'll take care of them. You'll deal with the woman.
Do I have to? Make it quick and silent.
If you don't, you'll end up feeding the fishes yourself. Go on. Get on with it. You take care of Baines. Onedin's mine.
Mrs.
Who's there?
It's Billy Orkham, ma'am. I must speak to you urgent. No, it's all right. No, just a minute. Didn't you read this?
No, what is it?
Oh, my God. Keep your door locked.
You still got that frock coat of yours, Baines?
Hmm? Well, yes, why?
Just see that it's on the next voyage, will you?
Where's that going to be, sir?
West Indies. Same run as the Neptune under Captain Baldwin.
Baldwin? I'll soon show him a clean pair of heels.
Yes, I thought you might say.
You murdering devils, I see the snake of this! I damn it, now, Mr. Mate! Most one! Come on, take him!
I tried to warn the lady, sir.
It's gone.
James! Oh, thank heaven you're all right.
Thanks to Billy here.
Mr. Oakham, how can we ever repay you?
It's the Trident, Charlotte. She certainly is a beautiful ship. Though I do think your father is very unwise to continue in sail. Within the next few years, I'll be...
William, I came here straight from the train, especially to see you, and all you can talk about is business.
I thought you'd be interested in my news.
Oh, I am. But you haven't yet told me you miss me.
Of course I missed you.
Oh, you didn't say so.
Charlotte, it's been less than a week since last we saw one another in London. And a great deal has happened since then.
Oh, indeed it has. Seems the only thing that interests you is business.
That is not true. Look, don't you understand that for the next month I am in charge of Fraser's
And business comes first. Or you're like all the rest of the family.
Charlotte!
Come in.
Just come and say goodbye, sir.
I'm my Billy, you're looking as smart as paint.
Look quite the dandy, don't I? Miss Gaunt bought me this. As soon as we tied up, she called for ransom and took me off to the tailor's.
You know there won't be a woman in Liverpool able to resist you, Billy.
Not with what I've got in my pockets, they won't. Fill them up with golden sovereigns in, Mr. Onedin.
Listen, the next trip out, we're going to the West Indies. Now, I'll find you a soft berth and bring the colour back to your cheeks.
Captain Baines, I was born with colour in my cheeks. It's sailing ships what's drained it out. No. From now on, it's steamships for me.
Not gone home yet, eh?
Oh, I just saved me last farewell, sir. Oh, what happened to them two?
Oh, your shipmates? Safely under lock and key. Even if they do escape the gallows, it'll be many a long year before you see them again, Billy.
Ah, well, I can go out and enjoy myself proper.
Yeah, till your money runs out. Now, listen, Billy, why don't you go and stay at one of these new seamen's homes?
What are them?
The Prince Albert Foundation Home for Sailors. Take my advice. Sign yourself on there.
This letter's dated the 18th. Must have been in the office for 2 days.
Yes, I know, sir, but you see, Mr. Williams appointed a clerk specifically to look after the mail, in the interests of efficiency.
Why did it have to be this letter? Well, never mind. Can I get there?
Well, I've looked out what would seem...
The final fitting for my wedding dress. It's completed to the last stitch, and you'll never believe it, but Robert has actually offered to pay for the reception. Is something wrong? Bad news?
No, quite the reverse, Elizabeth, but I have to go away.
Away where?
Scotland. Aberdeen.
Aberdeen? Daniel, if you're thinking of postponing our wedding because of a business...
No, it's nothing to do with business.
Good, then you can cancel it.
Elizabeth, it's an appointment which honour will not allow me to refuse.
Honour? Daniel, I want to know what this is all about.
Well, congratulations. I've just heard.
James.
Best wishes to both of you.
James.
Now then, oh yeah.
Can't refuse.
Nothing to do with those Prince Albert Foundation homes for sale.
Possibly.
Elizabeth, if I was you, I'd go with him.
Yes, but what about the wedding? I mean, will we be back in time?
With luck, yes. But it'll be a close-run thing. Our surprise departure doesn't seem to have affected your appetite.
Nothing affects my appetite. I love good food.
Elizabeth, now that we're on our way, I think the time has come to reveal our true destination.
True destination? We're going to Aberdeen, aren't we?
We are, but then we change to another train.
Another train? Oh, no, Daniel, we'll never be back in time.
I couldn't tell you earlier in case you mentioned it to someone before we left.
Daniel, where exactly are we going?
Balmoral.
Balmoral?
My wedding gift. I think the contents should explain everything.
I am commanded by Her Majesty. Oh, Daniel.
Pleased to see you, sir.
Very well, Mrs. Gibson. Show him in.
Morning, Miss Gaunt. I'm sorry to interrupt your breakfast, sir.
Yes, well, now that you have.
Well, I did like you set and put the word around to keep a weather eye open for Billy Oakham, sir.
Billy Oakham? What's happened to him?
Well, that's the point, Ma'am. I don't rightly know. He was seen last night with a couple of, well, female persons. And they were taking money off him, left, right, and centre.
Well, Billy never could keep out of trouble.
The crimps will have him for sure. Some bucko mate gets hold of him, it'll be the last voyage that Billy makes.
All right, then. He deserves better than that. Come on.
James.
Which place we tried?
6. My knuckles is quite sore, though, asking questions.
Time since I've been in this part of Sailor Town. Margammon.
Aye.
Still in.
Why, if it ain't Captain Baines. You looking for a crew?
No, I'm looking for Billy Oakham. Ticed off the street by one of your doxies.
Captain Baines, how can you suggest such a thing? I run an honest establishment.
He was last seen in this neighborhood.
Mr. Onedin, I don't believe. Little Jimmy Onedin, how you've grown.
Now, listen, man. I don't want that man. I don't want him now.
Billy Oakham, don't ring no bells. But I'll speak to Tiny Tim.
No, you will not. Not until I search this warren from top to bottom. And if I don't find it, I'll come back and burn this pest house down around your ear.
Tiny Tim!
You try it, and I'll tear your arm. This way, sir.
Thank you, Ben.
Oh, we're took. Fair took.
God bless us, this must be Tiny Tim.
We don't want any trouble, Tiny.
No, we do not want any trouble, Tiny. Now, look, here's a sovereign, see, and it is yours. I think you'd be safer off sailing with us, you know. Here, how would you like to be Captain Steward, eh?
Captain Steward, me?
With all the perks.
Oh, I'll be the best steward you've ever had.
You certainly will, I'll see to that.
Will you take him out, Tim?
He overreached himself, ma'am, and ran out of breath.
Time to close the shutters, man, I think.
Well, men like you needing crews, Captain.
Thank you, Mrs. Gibson. Oh, yes, it's from Elizabeth.
Will she be back in time?
Yes, she seems to think so. Thank you, Mrs. Gibson. It is private.
Is that all she has to say?
No, she goes on to say that... Great heavens.
I knew it. I knew it. They've eloped. I'll never live this down.
No, no. They've both been received in audience by the Queen.
What?
At Balmoral. And that's by no means all. I know, here, you better read it yourself.
I think I'm going to faint.
Oh, now, don't be ridiculous. That's...
No, I'll be all right.
What's going on? What's happening? What's going on? What's happening? Daniel Fogarty. He's been knighted.
I thought it must be something like this.
What?
Oh, come on, Robert. Aberdeen, the Queen in residence at Balmoral. Well, it does all rather add up, doesn't it?
Oh, really, James? I don't believe that even you could have foreseen this.
Oh, Letty, come on. Now, a man gives a small fortune to start a private charity. Then he is canny enough to call it the Prince Albert Foundation Home for Sailors. Well, how better to touch the heartstrings of our sovereign queen?
Yes, but... Sir Daniel Fogarty?
Lady Elizabeth. Our Elizabeth, a lady. Robert, we are related to the nobility.
Aye. Well, it'll add a little extra lustre to our reception.
It'll be a day to remember.
Certainly will.
She is late.
Elizabeth is always late.
Go and find out what's happened to your mother.
We're 20 minutes late, Miss Rollin. Oh, Lord. I think I'd better go and see what's happening.
No need to worry, Sir Daniel. Brides are always late.
Well, this one's kept me waiting for 17 years.
Where the devil have you been? And where's James?
Don't you take that tone with me, Robert. I've been sitting at home waiting for that damn brother of ours.
Where is he? He's not here.
Of course he's not here. He was supposed to come to the church with me. He's giving me away, isn't he?
Of course he's giving you away. He knows that. Really?
Well, of course he... You're not saying Sarah didn't tell him?
No, it was understood that you were going to tell him. Oh, dear.
Oh, Robert.
Well, what do we do now? Come on.
There's nothing for it, Robert. You'll have to give me away.
But that best man.
Oh, William can be best man. Look, I am not going to have my wedding ruined by James.
I somehow think my bride has arrived.
You better get down there to Daniel. Go on.
Go on.
Aunt Sarah.
Where's your Uncle James?
Nobody knows, Aunt Sarah. They want me to be best man. What shall I do?
Just go and stand beside Daniel and get the ring off your Uncle Robert.
Right.
Other side.
What? Oh.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered together here in the sight of God and in the face of this congregation to join together this man and this woman in holy matrimony, which is an honorable estate instituted of God in the time of man's innocency, signifying unto us the mystical union that is betwixt Christ and his church. Who giveth this woman to be married to this man?
I do.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Amen. And now I'm going to claim the captain's privilege of kissing the bride. Long life and happiness to you, Mrs. Onedin. And congratulations to you, sir.
Thank you, Ben.
Well, don't stand there gawping, you two. These folks want to be on their own.
Would everyone please keep quite still? We would like a photograph of Sir Daniel and Lady Fogarty alone.
Sarah is standing right in front of them.
It's not bad news.
It's from James. I'll be down.
Sorry, can't be with you. Letty and I likewise engaged at sea. What does it mean?
Well, it means they got married, of course.
Married? James and Letty married? Oh, Robert, just think. We'll all be family together at last. No more quarrelling or bickering.
Don't you believe it? Honeymoons don't last forever, you know. They'll be at it hammer and tongs when they get back. You mark my words.
A quiet wedding, you said? Well, you certainly got your own way.
I usually do.
Oh. We'll have to see about that, won't we?